Croatia's Luka Modric poses with the World Cup Best Player Award as France's Kylian Mbappe poses with the World Cup Best Young Player Award. Reuters. Dylan Martinez. The month-long festival of football ended yesterday in Moscow. Here are Daniel McDonnell's end-of-tournament awards. Luka Modric, Croatia. There was ultimately an unhappy ending and he didn't have his best day in the final, but Croatia wouldn't have progressed to the brink of glory without his consistent brilliance. The losers will not be forgotten. Luka Modric. Best goal. Benjamin Pavard. France v Argentina. France were in a bit of bother against Argentina when a player who operates at centre-back for his club Stuttgart wandered forward. He showcased impeccable technique by picking up the remains of a cross to caress the ball into the top corner from 25 yards. There were plenty of strong contenders, but this had the wow factor. Goal. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got a classic on our hands. Argentina were the soap-opera angle of the tournament, and their reaction when they went 2-1 up was a combination of jubilation and surprise. France responded impressively, in a stadium packed with opposition fans, and Mbappe delivered the performance that announced he was ready to live up to his billing here. Kylian Mbappe showed his quality with 2 goals in France's World Cup win over Argentina. David Vincent, AP. Best Vanukezan. It's a fantastic place, and this is also where a lot of the magic happened. South Korea knocked Germany out of the World Cup on a Wednesday. They left town in France and Argentina rolled in for the aforementioned Saturday afternoon classic. Then, less than a week later, Belgium knocked out Brazil to complete Kazan's memorable contribution to the tournament. In the last 8, Kevin De Bruyne produced a wonderful strike as Belgium sent Brazil crashing out, beating them 2-1. Frank Austin, AP. Top flops. Spain. Germany were the defending champions and their collapse was spectacular, but there was something especially frustrating about Spain's round of 16 defeat to Russia. After their tournament started with a thrilling 3-3 draw against Portugal, there were warning signs against Iran and Morocco and they switched off after an early lead to huff and puff and they got what they deserved against the Russians. It was this loss that essentially created the weaker half of the draw. Russia delivered a shock in the last 16 as they got past Spain, winning 4-3 on penalties after a 1-1 draw. Aaron Chown, PA. Best fans in world. The South Americans. Ireland would have struggled to scoop this honor, and while the Mexicans were excellent and Panama brought a real energy, the South American nations brought color and atmosphere to this tournament. Peru's fans were a breath of fresh air and Uruguay were well supported. Argentina and Colombia followers made all the noise in their respective round of 16 exists and the competition died a little when they were eliminated. Brazil fans made more noise than the French and Belgians during Tuesday's semi-final in St. Petersburg as they believed they were going all the way. Europe's fans stayed away, and should regret their caution. Curious tactic. South Korea. It is very difficult for Westerners to distinguish between Asians, said South Korea coach Shin Tae-yang, explaining why he asked players to swap their shirt numbers in pre-tournament friendlies with Bolivia and Senegal in order to throw scouts from Sweden off the scent. There was an absence of outrage from the Western media, perhaps born out of guilt that he might actually have a point. South Korea's players celebrate their second goal against Germany. Photo, Getty Images. Best newcomer. Kylian Mbappe. It was a close call between Mbappe and VAR until the final, but the way it all panned out made the French teenager the real breakout star, certainly in the eyes of the casual football fans who weren't aware of his brilliance. Kylian Mbappe was named FIFA's Young Player of the Tournament. Aaron Chown, PA. Online editors.